This bedroom has a short door. It's about 6 foot tall, or maybe 6'2", and 2 feet wide. And so you can get in and out of there, but it's kind of weird. It's small. So we decided to put in a standard door, but in order to do that, we need to move the door over, because the door was here, tucked into this angle of the roof. So we need to move it over to about here, and then we'll have your standard 6'8" door. Nice new door frame, pre-hung, we'll get it put in. And then, going through this, we run into some odd issues, because this is an old home, and many remodels have been done. And so it has 2 walls. It's 2 walls deep, or a wall and a half. And so the first wall was 2x4, normal one, sitting like this, and the drywall's attached, and the other one is sitting like this, flat. So the flat one is the original support wall for the roof, which isn't a problem, except it's a little trickier because I got to make sure I put headers and extra support in where I'm moving the door. Normally you have to do that on the exterior doors. The interior doors not so much. Struggling. Okay, so sort out how to do this the safest way, because I'm confident the roof won't sag in 5 minutes, but I want to make sure I have a plan. When I cut this board out, it's actually supporting a portion of the roof. There's a support here, and there's another one about right here. What is that? Oh no, it's right here. Right here. So there's a support here and here, and this door was cut out, and there's another support here or here. So those are all pretty good, but I want to make sure I put some support back in here for this one to make sure it's safe and doesn't affect the roof pitch later on. We get some kind of sags and cracks. That would not be good. So this project's taken about 3 times longer than expected. I know, dear. I told you so. So part of the reason is because ran it into a double framed wall, and it's caused the framing to take a little longer. So I had to put an actual physical header, support header, in the top of this door. I wasn't sure if I had to do one or not, but I wasn't expecting to have to do it on 2 different walls and get it lined up. So I've got that all built. Headers in. I know it's a side header. It's kind of weird. It goes for the scissor joints up here. So here's the header with the wall inside. Here's the outside wall, and it's all framed in, ready for the door from this side. This side I have to do a little work on yet. It's all level this way, but this way not so much. Turns out this entire wall is out about a ½ inch level from top to bottom. I'll pick it up in the door, so the door is installed level, but we'll have to play with the trim a little bit to make sure that it looks right on the outside. But the walls, I'm not going to redo the entire wall being on the level. Stay with me. This side, still a little work to do on it. The reason I haven't finished framing it in is because in the bedroom here we have a pull chain light, keyless, and we wanted to put a switch in it. So we have 2 ways to do it. We can either do, well, you can do it more than ways, but we don't have any wireless. We're not doing that here. The other way is to cut out, put lights in put a switch light over from the ceiling, put a switch here on the inside of the bedroom, which we want to do. And then I discovered when we had someone's framing out, you could see up through a crack, I could see that this light was wired from above. We did a little testing with the breakers and checked everything out. Turns out that this light looks like the end of a run, which is great because I can get up in the ceiling, tap into the wire, put a junction box there, and drop my switch down into the wall here. But we don't really want to cut this out. There's no real good ceiling access. And I really don't want to cut out this because it's nice and finished too. So we're kind of like a catch-22, except the purple room, which is complete disaster. We're going to gut that thing probably here in probably this summer. Gut this out. It's right adjacent to the wire that I need, the power wire. So I'm going to cut probably an 18 by 18 hole on that side, go between the studs, and see if I can wire it up and snake a wire down through into this wall. And once I do, we'll be able to put our switch leg in, switch this light, and then I'll button this up. I'll finish the framing here, a couple 2x4, hang the door, and then let Mia work on the drywall, which should have been probably a 2-3 hour job. Turned out to be all day.
6 hours later.
A little SpongeBob going there. Yeah, 6 hours later. So here's what we ran into. So it's been a really difficult time getting this framed in properly, building a new support header for this portion of the house, it's structural, and then building a new frame for the door, obviously putting in nailers for some of the drywall, and got the door hung finally. Part of the reason it took so long is it actually took quite a while. So we had to wire a switch, or we didn't have to, we wanted to wire a nice switch. Used to have a pull chain in there, not very attractive. So we've got a nice switch on the inside. We decided we wanted to do it right, do it one time. It's going to take a little longer. Framed up the left side of the wall, got all the header stuff in. Had to cut out a bunch of stuff on the floor, and then we went to work on the switch, which should have been pretty simple. Turned out to be a little more difficult. I had a couple of false starts. I put the switch leg on the downstream side of the power, so I had to stop, redo it, move the switch leg to the other side of the power flow. So I was actually interrupting the power as opposed to all the lights out here that were going off once we got the switch in. So now we got the switch working. Put a new light fixture in the bedroom, and got the door hung. Our door hung on our crooked wall, and I think it looks pretty good. It's a little deceiving now because we don't have any of the finish work on. Our daughter Mia is putting in a nice new doorknob, one of these nice lever type we're going to put throughout the whole house. And what we'll do is she'll be patching in the drywall. We have to case this a little bit because it's an extra deep double wall. So we'll case this, patch in the drywall, and then trim it out and paint it. It's going to be great.
Wow, what a mess.
It's controlled chaos. So we're just trying to calculate out how nice.
Safety first.
Just trying to with the shim.
Today's lesson. This is a piece of wood, but he calls it a shim.
Do it again.
All right, so hello.